first started, I was benching 275. Now I'm doing 320.
Yes,
Squatting
sir.
365. Now I'm repping 405. About a year now, post ACL surgery, or post ACL and meniscus surgery.
Bro, that's electric. What's good, my man? How you doing today, JT?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great, bro. Kind of just gonna roll through a little bit of how your experience has been so far. So I know it's been about 2 months, and we're working together for 6 months. So we'll go through what your experience has been, really going through this big 2 month bulk here, and then we'll kind of move forward from there, bro. Does that sound good?
Sound perfect.
So I mean, talk to me, bro. How are you feeling right now, man? How's the body? How's the lifts? The numbers? Talk to me, bro.
Dude, everything's felt absolutely dialed. Like I'm
Let's
stronger now
go.
than I ever have been before,
Let's
and I
go.
feel more explosive and like I'm moving better and just everything all around.
That's electric, bro. I mean, that's really exactly what we want with this. It's nothing too crazy, but like this is just a start for you, bro. Because I know we're bulking here. Got football coming up soon. What is that now? About a month out?
Uh, yeah, I think about 3 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll be coming around fast. We'll get you dialed in for that, making sure you're gonna be rolling for that. So kind of take it back, bro. Like, how did you first like find out about me, and then how did we like actually meet?
So I first found out about you just through social media. I think you popped up a few times on my Instagram feed, just doing workouts and talking about your athletes and stuff. I had followed you for a good amount of time before I actually, hit you up and wanted to start working together.
Mm-hmm.
I originally was waiting until I had fully recovered from my knee surgery
Uh-huh.
to, start working and everything. And then I kind of ended up, contacting you a little bit earlier than I'd originally planned, just because I kind of figured that I kind of was running out of time and I didn't have any more time to waste. So,
Hey man, I respect that. That urgency, that's a must. That's a must.
yeah.
And bro, when we got on that first call, kind of going over everything right away, and just what you're saying, the DMs, bro, our situations like almost the exact same. Like
Yeah.
I was telling my friend, it's like, dude, if you like change the years on it, I could tell someone this was my story, and they would not be able to tell the difference. It was actually ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
It was, dude, that it was kind of funny. Um, so I mean, talk to me right away. Like when you take it back to before we started working together, like what were some of the problems you were facing?
Well, one of my problems was staying healthy. I obviously had some really like major injuries my junior and my senior year. Senior year tore my ACL.
Mm-hmm.
Junior year broke my leg. But apart from that, I also kind of struggled with a lot of like small, just little stuff during the season, like tendonitis or shin splints or whatever, that was kind of
Mm-hmm.
hold me back from what I wanted to do. And then also just you know not making the progress that I wanted. I've been
Mm-hmm.
lifting for 5.5 years now, and I've made a good amount of progress on my
For
own, but
sure.
it was just never like to the level that I wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm. I get that, bro. Cause I mean, you kind of mentioned when we first got on that you were like midway through a program that you bought, and then you just decided like it wasn't for you.
Yeah, yeah. So I bought. It was, I don't know if you've seen like the 5-star football package.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, yeah. So I bought that, and it was pretty good. Not like obviously super personalized.
Mm.
Like it was pretty just 10 weeks of workouts, and I made some pretty good progress, at least explosively.
No
Like
doubt.
I a lot better with the way I was training, but numbers wise, like my maxes weren't going up. I wasn't, gaining weight or anything like that. So
I've actually heard that a lot, bro. Because a lot of guys will come to me like, yeah, I'm using a 5-star football package to kind of ask about it. Like, they feel
yeah,
explosive, but the consistent thing I've heard is the numbers aren't always going up as much as they want to, man.
yeah, and I mean for the price, it's not bad, but
Yeah, no doubt on that. So then, like, talk to me, bro. Like, why do you feel like you couldn't solve that stuff on your own in terms of like your body aching all the time with the shin splints and the tendonitis, and then not actually seeing the progress that you wanted?
I think it was definitely just not having like really anyone there to hold me accountable for it.
Okay.
Like I really just kind of had to do everything on my own. Like I had no one, you know, telling me every day that I had to get into the gym or that I had to do my recovery or take this stuff seriously, during the season and all that stuff. It was kind of just all up to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, think that is all great to a point. Like I obviously have that mindset of like I want to do as much work as possible, but sometimes having like just someone to kind of guide you will make a big difference.
No, I agree on that, bro. 100%. Because I felt that same, like I said, bro. I felt that same way. I did things on my own. I mean, I read like some books about it to figure it out. I bought some programs. I worked with a guy once a week. But it was like that. It still felt like there was something missing the entire time, man. It was really for me that investment ended up being like IMG Academy, a super like radical decision. But it's like finding finding that guidance, bro, was the game changer.
Yeah.
So I mean, like how I guess so you kind of mentioned you felt your time was running out. So I guess how frustrating did it feel for you?
I mean, it was kind of just like a sense of panic almost. Like I had spent so much time like recovering from my surgery and then trying to get back into the gym and just like wanting like having expectations of where I wanted to be before I got back on the field and realizing the time that I had and how far I still was from those goals
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of going into panic mode and being like, oh, like I only have 3 months before I leave,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still basically the same size I was when I got out of my surgery.
Mm. I got you. That timeline, bro. I'm telling you, it because I've thought about that a lot too. When guys they decide whether they want to work with someone else or they don't want to work with me, I'm like, if that's fine if they don't want to work with me, but I really hope they do find something soon because that timeline to get recruited and make it to the next level is
Yeah,
super short and it flies by the time like people take it serious. It's often too late.
yeah.
So I mean that makes a ton of sense, bro. So like what would you say actually got you to join? Like, is there anything specific that kind of stands out to you?
Probably just the progress I've seen, like from your other guys that you post,
Okay,
like just seeing some of the 3 month transformations and whatever was just like I want that to be me.
no doubt, bro. Just seeing other guys get it done, I
Yeah.
respect it, bro. So then let's roll like into where we kind of started. So your first impressions, what were they like? First impressions on the call, first weeks of the training. Talk to me about that.
First first impressions on the call. I mean, everything just seemed really structured. Like it seemed like it was really structured and really personalized to me. Like
Mm-hmm.
you were, like obviously, getting on calls every week, sending you videos of my lifts, like all that kind of stuff. Kind of just constantly talking throughout the day, and then as soon as I started lifting, it was like everything kind of felt awkward at first doing these like new movements,
Yeah,
like tempo bench, tempo squat, whatever. And then kind of as things like I started doing it for a couple more weeks, everything just started blowing up, and I was just overloading like crazy, and it was fire.
yeah, bro. I mean, that's exactly how it is. It's weird at first. It feels a little slow. You're using lighter weights than you expect. Then by the time you like finish the first couple weeks, it's like okay, like this might actually be
Yeah.
working, bro. So then, like, kind of talk to me about the results so far. Like, how you been? I guess how you been feeling your body, and then if you know any like specific numbers. I know we haven't maxed, but you might have a general idea at this point.
Yep. So I mean, obviously, like strength and explosive wise, like I have never been better. Like I'm the strongest I've ever been, and I'm the most explosive I've ever been. Speed, I'm not really sure. Haven't timed myself in the
Mm-hmm.
40 yet or anything like that. And then numbers wise, I mean, I think when I first started, I was benching 275. Now I'm doing 320, and I was
Yes,
squatting
sir.
365. Now I'm repping 405,
Yes,
and
sir.
I just I think about a year now, post ACL surgery or post ACL and meniscus surgery.
Bro, that's
So
electric. Like,
yeah,
that's the type of stuff that makes me happy with my guys. It's like investing into this and it actually is paying off in terms of that strength and stuff. It's like that's the stuff that matters to me because setting you up for you actually to
yeah.
succeed here in a month, bro. So I'm happy for you, bro. And like, how does that feel for you after like all the stuff you've been through with the surgeries, the progress that you thought you deserved but you weren't seeing? Like, talk to me.
dude, it's just like it's like so motivating and so like just like a confidence boost.
No
Like
doubt.
just especially in the time frame too of just like every week being able to load 10 more pounds on than the last week and
Mm-hmm.
just you know like maxing out for like a heavy single or whatever and just seeing like the progress you've made, especially after you know like just the amount of time that I spent off and recovering, like
Mm-hmm.
it's such a confidence boost.
Let's go, bro. Have you done anything crazy or anything new with that confidence boost? You been out or anything crazy like that?
I mean, I've probably brought up the fact that I can bench 320 like in conversations about 30 times in the past two weeks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hell yeah. Hey man, when you get something like that, you can talk about it, bro. I mean,
yeah,
not too many people this age get something like that, bro. So I respect it, bro. Then kind of looking, what would you say was like the biggest problem we saw? Because I know you mentioned accountability, but was there like other like a big thing, or was that like the main one for you?
it was probably accountability and also just kind of mindset, I guess. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like not just the lifting aspect of it and the consistency, but just the like building all the habits around it.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, like building healthy habits, getting your mind right, getting you sleep right. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just all this little stuff. You know, obviously a lot of coaches like always focus on just little details and stuff. It's kind of just that all the stuff that's built around the program and around the lifting and around the running and all that.
Yeah. So I mean, we built out that morning routine, looked at that night routine, like we built in those subliminations to turn things around, bro. So it's like,
Yeah,
what other coaches doing that? It's not many, for sure,
yeah,
at least, especially for some high school guys. So that's something like I pride myself on. My guys is like when you feel like you're struggling outside lifting, there's something in place to hold your hand, make sure like it's gonna work out for you.
yeah,
So I love
exactly.
that, bro. So I mean, like, what? I guess you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what would you say is like different about this? I guess compared to what you did in the past.
I mean, obviously, just the training itself is a lot different. The whole triphasic is something that I'm very, new to
Mm-hmm.
and that I've loved doing. But also, I guess just the whole like explosiveness to it. You know, like
Yeah.
all these movements that it's like, the first couple weeks I was doing in the gym, I just thought I looked stupid. You know, it was just like
Yeah.
just some like assisted jumps, just stuff that kind of looks awkward.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I start seeing the results. You know, I'm getting closer to dunking a basketball, or I'm getting faster, being able
Mm-hmm.
to jump higher, or whatever.
Yeah, bro. I mean, so I've thought about it, like even that oscillating stuff, like with that super small range of motion, the lightweights. It's
Yeah,
like I'm always telling guys, like, man, that's gonna look a little weird at first, but I
yeah,
promise, like, you'll see in a couple weeks why we're doing this right now, bro. So that's a big one with that. So I mean, kind of looking in a hypothetical world here, if you didn't join, bro, and like you see yourself, you kept with that 5-star football package, you're doing something else at this point. Where do you feel you'd be right now?
dude. I mean, I honestly have no idea. Definitely not where I am right now. Just, I mean, in the time that like I've been working with you and stuff, like I've also learned so much. Like there's so much, like even when our 6 months is done, and I'm off training by myself, over the summer and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna be doing a lot of the same type of stuff that
Mm-hmm.
you had me doing, and
No doubt.
just kind of running through that same type of thing. And it's like I kind of just keep thinking about like if I like what could have happened if I would have known about all this stuff, 2 or 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and been doing this the same type of one-on-one work, this mental stuff, this triphasic stuff, when I was a freshman, sophomore, whatever.
I think about that same thing too, bro. Like everything I know, if I could go back to my freshman sophomore year, I feel like it'd be an absolute game changer. I mean,
Yeah.
but shoot, dude. So then, kind of talk to me moving forward. Then, like, what's your vision for this next year? Like everything with football, training. Like, where are you trying to go, bro?
I mean, if we're talking like specific goals, like
Mhm.
number wise, my long term goal is by the end of next summer, I want to be benching 365,
Yep.
squatting 500,
Yep.
and power cleaning 335,
Okay.
and run anywhere between probably somewhere in the low 4.7s, high 4.640s, somewhere
Bro.
around there. And
Yeah.
then, but I mean, I guess my biggest goal is just getting on the field. Just
Fair enough.
being back and being able to get playing
Bro,
time.
and I'm telling you, with the pace you've been on, like those numbers, I can definitely see it. And then it's like you're gonna have that confidence on the field. Getting on the field is gonna be easy for you, bro. It's like you physically change your body. You're faster, bigger, stronger. Literally, like basically developing like a year of physical ability and feels like in like 3 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
And you're getting back out there, bro. Like I'm so confident for you in terms of what you're gonna do this fall. Do you have specific goals for what you want to do this fall?
Like on the field type
Yeah,
goals.
yeah,
I guess I'm kind of just taking it one step at a time as far as that goes, and I'm just
definitely.
focused on securing a starting spot and getting on the field first, and then after I do that, that's when I'll kind of be like, how many tackles do I want to get? How many sacks do I want to get? That kind of thing.
No doubt, bro. I mean, I think that's good. A lot of guys, I see them get a little too far out in front of themselves and start to trip over their own feet when they're thinking about big time goals, going all conference, going all state, getting this offer, that offer, when they're not even doing the basics right in front of them, man. So I respect that a lot. So I mean, what would you say to someone that was like basically stuck in your same spot? I mean, kind of training on their own, whether using a 5-star football package, working with an in-person trainer that's not getting them the best results. What would you say to them?
Dude, I would honestly just say to stop waiting and to just do everything you can to make it possible. I mean, I basically when I first started working with you, I had to pick between either taking my car with me to college or hopping on this training program, and I ended up, obviously picking this, and I'm going to be selling my car when I leave. And so I'll be walking everywhere on campus, and it's like that's kind of just I mean, obviously, if you don't have to sell your car, that's great, but it's just kind of the investment and the risk you have to take with it.
I mean, that's that like do or die. I mean, you really care about this, and it's like if you care so much about football for anyone in general, it's like, man, sometimes you gotta do things that are uncomfortable. I did the same thing, bro, or not the same thing, but I uprooted my entire life to go to IMG Academy. Like that was scary. That was a lot of money me and my family invested. It was a lot, but it paid off, and that's the thing that matters, bro. But you gotta take that step into that deep end, and you're gonna sink or swim. Hopefully, you can find a way to swim real quick.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's tons of respect to you, bro. Because I mean, I remember when we first talked about it, it was like you said that. I was like, damn, like you are really bought into this, and it's like that's the type of athlete I want. And I think that's a huge reason why you've seen so much success. Because you put in the work, you're constantly on top of things. Like I'll tell you to do something, you'll get back to me within that same day. Right, you're 100% bought into my process that I have here, and the numbers speak for themselves, bro. In 2 months, went absolutely crazy with the lifts, getting more explosive, getting faster, and everything, bro. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, dude. So then, one last thing, really. If anyone's thinking like about joining, they're on the edge. Maybe they're thinking between me and someone else. What would you say to them?
Dude, I mean, obviously, like if you're on the fence between you and someone else, like obviously, like I'd go with Jake 100%, like 10 days a week or 7 days a week, whatever the fuck. But yeah, I mean, I think just like you said, it's like you're gonna get in the deep end and you're either gonna sink or you're gonna swim, and like just go for it, man. Like, you just gotta jump. You just gotta jump in.
I respect it, bro. Then I guess one more is like, if there's anyone who's thinking about joining, who's really just stuck in training on their own and working with me, kind of jumping in that online space, what would you say to them?
I mean, same thing. Just you're like I've only had two other trainers, but like you're obviously the best one I've ever worked with, and
I respect that. I appreciate
it's
it.
just kind of like I mean same thing. You gotta kind of just go for it, like take the risk.
Hey man, small money don't make money, man. That's all I gotta
Yeah,
say. You got to risk it at some point. Invest into yourself. Find a way to put in that time, put in that effort to make the sacrifice to get to where you want to go, JT. And you've clearly been doing that. I just want other people to take those same actions that you've been willing to take, bro. Then do you
yes sir.
have any final thoughts for any of this, bro?
I mean, I really just can't emphasize it enough. Like I wish I would have you know started training with you way sooner than I did. So if there's anyone who's kind of just thinking about it or dipping their toes in the water, like just go for it. Like
The man JT
you gotta stop sitting on it.
said it himself. There isn't much more you can say, bro. Just saying you wish you knew about it years before. I mean, like I'm thinking about that too. Even the amount of progress you've made just in these 2 months, bro. Like imagine a year, 2 years, 3 years of training under this system, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely electric. But man, pleasure talking to you, bro. And I'm super excited for these next 4 months because I already know you're gonna be absolutely killing it. Finish out this last month here before you go off to college, bro. It's gonna be electric.
Yes, sir. I'm excited.
Yes, sir, man. We'll talk soon.